Hey, welcome back, one-ups. So today we are on the Elder Scrolls Online, and I wanted to show y'all how we could leverage the Armory Station to be able to swap from different builds. Whether you want to swap from a healer to a DPS to a tank, using the same character without having to create additional characters. Now I am gonna show you how to do that here. So the first thing you'll want to do is, if you don't have the Armory Station, is to go acquire it from the Crown Store. It's free, regardless if you have an ESO Plus membership or not. So what you'll want to do to acquire the Armory Station, press the comma key. So open this menu in the filter by, search for Armory. So under the furniture, that's where you'll find the Armory Station. Click on it. As you can see on here, it doesn't say that an ESO membership is required in order to purchase this and use it, and it's free. So once you click on it, press E to purchase, and it should go in your inventory. And once you have it in your inventory, navigate to one of your houses. So you'll want to press the U key. It'll take you to your collection menu, which is this one here. So once in your collection menu, you'll want to click on the third tab, which is housing, and then select one of your houses, whichever one you want to place the Armory Station on. I am going to place it in the Sea Bloom Villa, so I've already traveled to my house. And once you get into your house, press the F5 key to enter edit mode. Press R to browse your inventory. In the filter by, type in Armory, and it should pull up the Armory Station. Left click on it, and then press E to place it. So once you have a little bit aligned to the floor, press the right mouse click and then it'll align it. Once it's highlighted in green, that's whenever you place it. Because if it's highlighted in yellow like that and you place it and then exit edit mode, you won't be able to do anything with it. So make sure it's highlighted in green. Just like that, and then place it, and then press F5 to exit edit mode. And then once you come over to it, now you have the option to use it. It does only give you 2 slots, but you can buy more slots. Each slot costs 1500 crowns. And you can also buy assistants. The purpose for the assistants is when you want to easily access your Armory Station builds without having to travel to your home. Just summon your assistant from your Quickslot to access the same options available at your Armory Station. They cost 5000 crowns each, so the decision is ultimately yours, but I found them to be extremely useful and well worth the investment. I've already have my DPS customized, so what I did is I went here and I saved the build, so it saves my champion point, my attribute points, my weapons, my armor, my skills, my mundus, my curse, and my outfit. Alright, so let's go ahead and create a tank build. So I've already had my PvE DPS, and I'm gonna create a PvE tank, and then we're gonna save it, and then you'll see how we can switch from PvE DPS to a tank so easily. Press K to open your skills, and then press R to respec your skills, and then you'll want to clear them all. Select confirm, and you gave me all my skill points back, and I don't have any skills, and I don't have any skills unlocked. You'll want to come into your character menu as well, respec the attributes, clear all, and confirm. So for my tank, I'm gonna set all my attribute points to health, and then confirm. Go to your inventory and equip some weapons and armor. So for a tank build, I am gonna select the sword and shield, and then for my back bar, I'm gonna select a staff. Alright, let's pretend that I already have the armor for the tank. And then I wanna go to my skills. I'm just gonna select random skills. These are just random, but you can take your time and select the skills that you want for your tank. So now let's go and do the champion points, do the distributable, and then just start selecting whatever nodes you want to unlock. So once you have all that selected, go to your Armory Station, and then go to the empty slot, and then just click on it and select save build. As you can see, it saved my weapons, my attribute points, my champion points, my skills, my armor, my mundus stone, my curse, and my outfit. I am on the quote-unquote tank. If I wanted to switch from the tank to my DPS, I'll just go and click on the DPS and then equip build. Are you sure you want to equip the PvE DPS? This will respect your skills, champion the attribute points, and set your quick slots to what is saved in this armory build. Scribe skills will not be changed from what scripts you currently have scribed. Yes, accept. If I go to my inventory, you'll see that my armor, my accessories, and my weapons change to what I have saved in my DPS build. If I go to my skills, you see my skills changed back to what I had in my DPS build. If you go to your champion points, went back to what I had in my DPS build. If you go to your character menu, you'll see that your attribute points have reverted to whatever you had in your DPS build. Remember, I had selected all 64 attribute points on my health for my tank. If I want to swap back to my tank, equip. Now I'm back on my tank build. If you go to my skills, you'll see that I have 176 points I haven't used yet. Then I have my tank skills. If you go to your inventory, you'll see your armor for your tank, your accessories, and your weapons that you selected for your tank. If you go to your character menu, you'll see that the attribute points are in the health instead of my magic and stamina. If you go to your champion points, you should have on here whatever you selected for your tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap back to my DPS. One important thing to remember, let's say you save a build in your armory station and then you decide to sell or destroy or do whatever with an armor piece, a weapon, or an accessory, then it won't be saved in your armory station. Meaning that if you come in here and you try to equip that build, it's going to be missing whatever armor piece, weapon, or accessory you sold or destroyed. And the other thing is that in order for the armor, the weapon, the accessory to be available in your build to be able to load it, it has got to be in your inventory. It cannot be in your bank. And another limitation is that you cannot use the Armory Assistant while in combat or inside a competitive PvP zone like Citadel or Battlegrounds. Alright, so I'm gonna show you how you can access your Armory Station by using your assistant, but I'm gonna go somewhere else. So I'm gonna add the assistant in my Quickslot. You press I for your inventory and then go to Quickslots and look for the assistant. It'll be under Allies. Rush Rogue, Armory Assistant. Let's call him. Alright, so I've already summoned my assistant. I can talk to him.
You're ready to mix things up, aren't you?
I can access my builds. So if I want to swap from my DPS to my tank, I can just select equip. Do that. Just that easy. And if I wanted to swap back to my DPS,
Shorts.
I can do the same. I'm on my DPS. Let's test out our assistant inside a dungeon or a trial. Alright, so we are in the trial and you should be able to spawn him here and access
the
your
difference
armory
between a
slots so you can switch from DPS to the tank before you go into the trial. So let's go ahead and enter the trial. So once you're in the trial, let's see if we can summon the assistant. Just make sure you're not in combat, otherwise you won't be able to access him. So you are able to access the assistant once you're in the trial before you get into combat, and then we can talk to him. Armory, and then we can switch from the PvE DPS that we're on to the tank. So now I'm on the tank. I want to switch back, go back to the guy, or you summon him again, and then select the DPS build, equip, accept, and now you're on the DPS build. So the assistant is very useful. I'd highly recommend getting him if you're gonna switch from one build to another. You can have multiple builds: PvP DPS, PvP tank, PvE tank, a PvE DPS, a PvE healer, a PvP healer. You could have a build specifically for dungeons, a build specifically for trials, but you'll have to obviously buy those additional slots if you want to create more than 2 builds. But this is just so that way you don't have to create another character. You can still create another character if that's what you want, but this is to avoid having to do that. The caveat is that you had to spend some money to buy those additional slots and the assistant if you want him or her. So there was a female assistant. That is the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, goodbye.